Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
This is my fourth satsang,
No.
and the questions remain the same, pretty much. So every day I go home and I think, I'm trying to be here now.
Yes.
And so the question stays the same, so I think this is the right question to ask. So when I feel this awareness and joy and bliss of observing everything stay inside of me, I feel like I should do nothing and do not participate in the real world. And sometimes I feel so good that I'm starting to blame myself for feeling so good and for doing nothing and for not working, not developing my career, not talking with friends or family which needs me, but I don't need them because I'm in this state of happiness, joy, bliss, and awareness and observing and just inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talk to people, they like disturbing this state, and I feel like I'm losing the level of this higher state, which I really like.
Yes.
But I'm enjoying it. But at the same time, I enjoy things like when I earn money, I can buy some things, some good things for myself, which I really enjoy. When I reach certain levels of my career, I really enjoyed it, and the bliss and joy is very high. When I'm having like talks or having time with my family or friends, I still having joy, but it's different kind of a joy. And I feel like I'm losing emotions when I'm in a state of bliss and awareness and happiness inside of me. Like I feel only one emotion, this one. And when I'm in the like real world, I feel different emotions, and I don't know what real life is, there or inside. So my question is which direction I should move to, because I feel joy there and I feel joy inside. So but they're different joy. And that joy disturbs inner joy, and I don't know what to do, because
that joy does what?
The outer joy is different from inner joy.
I see.
But they both give joy to what I feel myself.
Yes.
So this is my questions, where to move to.
Well, let's see, because the inner joy is there even in the outer joy. You understand? The inner joy, because the joy which simply is not create. You don't create that joy. It is just the joy of your own being. It has nothing to do with activity, like I'm enjoying the activity by itself. It is just the joy without reason. It's just the joy of your own self. It is the same as self inside.
When I feel it, I don't want to do nothing.
Yes.
This is the problem, the question. So
why is it a problem?
Because I feel like I'm losing time when I can develop my career.
This is from the mind.
Yes.
Yes. But I will tell you, Alexander the Great had also career, and every great person, non-great person, they had dreams and aspirations, and all the people from billions and trillions of human beings who have walked on the planet's face have had their dreams and aspirations. Where are the aspirations now? Where are the dreams now? Wait, I just want to say, I'm not dismissing, I'm just saying we can look together, no? They had many great kingdoms. Maybe even some of them are underneath us right now, buried under dust. Archaeologists are coming to look out. Oh, yes, we found a tooth. Look, I wonder if that's what remains of those careers, okay? So I'm not saying that, of course, yes, there's a drive to express life, because life is expression also. Of course, it's there. But I don't feel it's one or the other in that way. I feel the truer one is the joy you find, just the joy of being. And it is true, sometimes when you're in that state, especially initially, you simply don't want to do anything. You're here. Now, is it there for you to enjoy? You say, I'm just enjoying. No. Whether you're sitting quietly or preparing lunch, it pervades all your activity. It is there. There's not any job that is most like awareness. And some jobs are not like awareness. Some actions are really close to awareness and some not. There's no such thing. Awareness pervades everything. The joy that arises out of awareness pervades every activity, every thought can be pervaded by it. But then the thought comes in, yes, but time is going past, I'm not doing anything with my life. And something purchases this thought. And look what it's done. It says, oh no, I've got to go and I've got to make a career and so on. Because it feels like this is I have to do these things. And if you have to, you have to. In the end, you have to do it. But it is creating a duality in you. Like that. The one who has realized the self, who is awakened to the truth, you see, doesn't mean that you spend the rest of your life in a hammock. With nothing to do, It's not like that. In fact, some of these people are also expressing dynamically. When the vital force arises up and it wants to express dynamically, it expresses dynamically. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's like the plug is pulled and your life just seems a kind of stillness. But whether it is expressing dynamically or very tranquilly, the awareness is still constant, still present. And the awareness and that joy, they are together there like that. But the rest is from the mind. Like, maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to go and get a career. Maybe I need to go and do this thing because I can't just sit here all my life. Well, who says you need to sit there all your life? Because those who were compelled to sit there all their life, they were sitting around with other people and exchanging about this. That's something. But you cannot just sit there unless you're forcing yourself to do it. It has other expressions. Sometimes you want to sit. Sometimes you feel to go for a walk. The life force is creating the movements of your life. So it's not that you say, you're not just feeling the bliss when you sit down. It doesn't matter. Anywhere you go, you're on the bus, you're on the loo, you're in the beach, you're in the restaurant, whatever, you still, that underlying joy is there. It doesn't say, oh, I like it when we're in the supermarket, I will just bliss you. Oh, anywhere you are, it is there. It doesn't care about the activities of the outer functioning.
What about blaming myself for doing nothing and having no...
Sorry, do what?
What about blaming myself for doing nothing,
yes.
or being in this state,
yes.
or having no emotions except the bliss?
Yes, it comes from the past, from somebody gave you this, maybe grandmother or something, or some person put this seed in your head to make us feel guilty for being still. It starts to interpret, look, you're wasting time, look at you sitting about, pull your socks up, all this type of stuff. It's not a truthful voice, and you must also discern whether this is a truthful voice or not. Otherwise it becomes a monkey on your back. Come on, let's go. No, leave this place. You're following this kind of voice. You are discovering a beauty that very few human beings are discovering. We're far too busy, far too distracted to sit inside your own heart with peace and joy. And it's not that you are doing it with reluctance. The reluctance will only come, the resistance will only come if you touch this thought, oh, look at you, look at your friends, new Lamborghini, where you got a bicycle, you should do this. And then you start to, maybe I should be doing something, this bliss is not enough, and then you argue yourself into some noise. It is fine for now. You're here, everything is for now. Everything is only for the moment. Then when the vital force moves in a more dynamic way, you'll feel naturally the urge, now I want to do this. But it's coming from there, not from here. If you go and you say, no, I've got to do this and do this, and I've got to do that and do that, because that's what you call making a life, you will disturb your consciousness. If you are sitting and you say, yes, now I'm going to sit, I won't move, I won't see anyone. You don't need to do that. You don't need to make any promises or any big statement. Just find yourself as you do, right where you are. Sometimes you're walking with your friends and you just feel to be alone. And you say, excuse me, I'm back in a minute. You maybe go to the bathroom or something and you just sit quietly and it's just like you get back in touch and come to that stillness. You go back out again, you move with your friends, it's fine, if you want to.
How to detect what I want?
Actually, the self doesn't want anything. It doesn't want. It can have everything, but it doesn't want. Your true self is not a needy child. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want. Because that type of desire is disturbing to your beingness. What it shows you is your completeness as you are now. Does it mean, okay, don't touch, don't? No, you can. But simply don't identify with that. Don't give more importance to these outer functions, like, oh, they give you a better reputation, give you a better what? Gives you nothing particularly. They are momentary. It is okay. The momentariness is also fine, but accept it as momentary. Don't try and find a self in those actions. No self is necessary. Without identifying with the activities of life, they still get done, and sometimes even more beautifully, because they are carried out without attachment.
Having no attachment means less emotion.
Emotions you cannot purchase. They come and go as they like. Let them come. In fact, when you are like this, in this central emotion, as you call it, no? Then all other emotions are blessed from that place. It's not that you have no emotion, it's just that you're not in the noise of emotion. But anything can come. Even the sense of sadness can come. Because there is enough room in the infiniteness of being for every expression to come and to express themselves, to exhaust their expression, and to go back into silence without you feeling you've done anything. Don't be a traffic policeman in your emotions. Simply let everything come. Don't identify. Stay as that awareness. It is so natural thing. We have forgotten how to discern between one and another. Your powers of discerning is needed to sharpen, to become more pure, to know the difference between the thing which is just a noise machine or that which is just confirming, but you are here. Don't worry, there's nothing to get excited about. Don't try to be like anybody else. Learn from everyone, but you don't have to copy anybody, in fact. I think it's a little bit to do with that when you are in your stillness, the thought comes, but I can't stay like this forever. But actually you cannot stay like anything forever, except awareness. You have to sit forever. No? Sometimes you feel naturally to get up and move. You don't have to determine anything at all, because it won't work. If you say, okay, today I am not experiencing. Today is not a day for experience for me. So you go inside your little cupboard, you pull the door, turn off your phone, anything. Can you stop experiencing? No, you cannot. So don't try to control it. Simply stay and watch that sense of I until you see or feel that either it becomes an object, in which case you are watching that object, or it just merges into pure subjectivity. You understand? When you watch the feeling of I, which is the most intimate concept, either it becomes kind of like a thing, and if it becomes a thing, you know, I am not that I. I'm not that person or personality, because I can observe that now. Then you leave it, and you stay in this space, which is not I. Or the sense of I, which feels closer than intimacy even. It just loses all its duality, and it becomes the same as that which you're talking about. It is just the same as pure being, your inmost self. It is that. Forget about it.
Thank you.
Simply, you don't have to follow the sense you have to be doing something else. I need to go and make a life, or so on. Don't buy this thought. You don't need to make a life. You are life. You are life. And also, witnessing of the life also is occurring to you simultaneously.
What about my parents who are expecting something from me? This is a real strong emotion and thought and feeling. Like you owe something which I really want to do.
That is their suffering. To expect anything of any human being is to impart a burden to them. It's best you don't. If you can live without expectations of people, it will be very good for you. So much peace, so much space there, and so much gratitude from them. They will always want to be near you. The one who gives to everyone the freedom that belongs to them. If you can do this, it's out of their own culture, out of their own conditioning. We're handing down conditionings that you receive from your parents to your children, and they will hand them down to their children. It will continue like that. There is room for discipline. There's room for being challenged, to be questioned about things. There's room for this. But expectations are a little different, because it puts a pressure, and it means that you're blind to trusting in your own beloved ones to feel the direction they want to go, because it's not always clear also. Sometimes you're in a state where you don't know what you want to do. It's a very healthy state, actually, because it's not as locked as thinking you know who you are and what you want to do. Sometimes this is okay too, but if it becomes a pressure, it is not good. And there is a time when you don't know anything, you don't know what you want to do, you don't know where you want to live, you don't know if you want to be married or you want to be alone, you don't know anything at all. You're sitting in the chair like a vegetable. And your parents are looking at you. There is space for that. There's a space, a time when you don't know anything. I don't know where I want to go. You know? Yes, but your sister is a ballerina, your brother is a doctor, and you are what? Nothing.
Vegetable.
Yeah, actually, it's like that. It's good for them also to know that they have a child who is nothing for a bit. Hurts like hell, but it's their chance also to expand also in themselves. And parents, they sometimes, it's like they feel they have to pressure you a little bit. You know, it's not easy being a parent, and it's not easy being a sibling or child or something.
But they don't put any pressure, just look at me, and it's worse than any pressure. They look like that.
That is some amazing power. That's some superpower there. They don't even have to speak.
Yeah. So I should pay no attention.
Well, can you not pay attention? You can understand that they think that they know what is good for you. Everybody think like that. They think they know what is good for you, and sometimes they're right, but very often they're wrong as well. You cannot know anybody that well, actually. So you must be kind to them, but say, "Mom, Dad, sorry, but this is really where I want to go."
But at the same time, I feel these people, they deserve a lot from me. So they deserve everything. I can do anything. I should get up and do anything for them because I feel they deserve that. I want to do.
If you want to do from your heart, by all means go satisfy your heart's desire to do that. But I don't feel it's necessary to hold an attitude that you have to pay them back for your existence. I don't think this is what parenting
Yeah,
is for.
I understand.
But to show respect to your family and to honor them, to show love and gratitude to them, this is very good. But you cannot just fulfill their expectation. Not always, sometimes. On the other side, here we have one friend here now. I just met. The father is here also, and he said, "Yes, my father now is choosing a wife for me." Okay, and I said, "Have you met her?" He says, "No, no." He has faith and trust. Now, this is something we don't know much in the West. Somebody chooses your partner for you. Your parents choose. And sometimes they are good and life makes it work somehow or not. It's not that it's better or worse necessarily, but it takes a tremendous surrender. Maybe it is so natural to you, don't even call it surrender. You just say, this is how it's done, and we just accept like that. Depends on you, your temperament.
Thank you.
Very good,
Thank you,
thanks.
Mooji.
Thank you, very good.